Hi there, my name is Eric McGrew and I'm the owner of Eric Tree Service in Montrose, Colorado, as well as Elevated Office Consulting, Training, and Podcast. And I'm also a designer for Weaver Arborists. So today we're going to talk about 5 things that I absolutely want to see on my saddle for my tree climbing and for me to feel like I can, with relatively basic equipment, get out of most situations that I might get myself into. Now, these are not the just things that I know I need to have. For instance, you don't see any lanyards on my saddle. Those would of course be there. Minimal of 1 is what's required because we always need to have 2 tie-in points when we're doing cutting and things like that. So your main tie-in and then a safety lanyard of some sort would be an essential. So we're going to talk about things other than that. So what might those things be? Well, for me, I've kind of learned how to narrow it down. And of course, depending on circumstances, I might have more or less equipment on my harness. However, in this particular case, we're going to talk about just the basic things that I want to see, that I feel comfortable that I can get out of most situations or be the most efficient in the tree with these items on me, okay? So one of these items that I'm gonna always look for is going to be my loop runners. I usually carry at least 2. In this case, I have 3 on here, but I'm gonna at least carry 2 loop runners with me all the time. Now, in this case, I don't have my tool carriers on. I just got this saddle. I've been climbing in it a little bit here and there, but I haven't been like full on work climbing in it yet. And so I don't have all my tool carriers up here, but I would also want at least 1, maybe 2 extra carabiners minimal on my saddle. Sometimes I carry considerable amounts more than that. Now, let's think about this in a couple of ways. All right, you have 3 loop runners on here. Each one of them have a carabiner on them. You're probably, under most circumstances, not going to use all 3 in one go. It can happen if you're doing lots of redirects and things like that, but most of the time you're not going to be doing that. So these are extra carabiners as well. If worse comes to worse, take one of these, and here comes my other item I always want to see on my saddle. So here's a second item, a ditty bag. This ditty bag is here just for whatever might be of use for it. Could be that I find something in my pocket, like my cell phone or whatever, is annoying me because the leg straps or whatnot, or it might be that I found something in the tree that needs to come down. I don't want to throw it on the ground because it might get lost, like an old bolt, something like that. Or it could be that I need a little bit extra throw line just in case I need to make an advancement and it's easier with the throw line. It could be whatever. I'm going to have a ditty bag on me. And if I have to take these off and use the carabiner, then I can throw the sling right there in the ditty bag. So extra slings are 1, extra carabiners are 2. Actually, the ditty bag would be 3. And remember, you can just use cheap double action or single action carabiners for things that are accessory use, such as this ditty bag. I don't need to have expensive carabiners that I am going to be spending twice the price on just to have something to hold my ditty bag on. It's just a reality that we need to face with that. Okay, so my 4th thing that I want to see on me is I want to see a pulley of some sort. Now, this can be really handy in so many cases that I can't underestimate or understate the need of having an extra pulley. This happens to be an expensive hitch climber by DMM. You don't have to do this. You can have a Pinto if you want, which is also expensive, or you can just have some of the more basic pulleys that are out there that aren't nearly these quality or expense, and also have the same kind of effect for the reasons you might use these. In other videos, we'll go over how I use these and why I want them on my saddle, but this is just a basic what I want on my saddle most of the time. And then 5th, without a doubt, I'm gonna want to have a Prusik of some sort. This is super handy. This happens to be attached to this carabiner, and this happens to be a sewn ring Prusik. That's optional. I usually carry this, at least this, and a split tail on me. Or I should say an eye-to-eye Prusik, not a split tail. I used to carry split tails. I found that I preferred eye-to-eyes a little bit more, and it just ended up working out better. So these are 5 things that I'm gonna make sure I have on me all the time. Once again, that's gonna be a Prusik of some sort, a pulley of some sort, extra carabiners, slings, and also a ditty bag.